Funko. Good morning, guys. Sorry about that. A little tired this morning. Funko trying to follow through a little bit. Hold on a sec. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. What's up? What's up, everybody? We got here. MongoDB destroying me today. That's not good. That's not good at all. Pays down 1.6. Roku down 1%. Roku seems to be losing a little more momentum. I don't like this Mongo bar one bit. Yeah, of course, Nick. Of course, you always treat every IPO the same. Wait for the basing structure. Trading is about waiting. About waiting for your opportune moment to strike. You're basically hunting. That's what you're doing. Four green days? I don't know about that, Rob. Be pretty cool if we did. Just not sure it's going to happen. Mongo pays down. Roku down. Nothing great up here on the leaderboard. Funko's up here still. That's good. And no recent movers. Everything's kind of pausing a little bit today. Lots of red on the docket. Beyond, CGC, Tilray, IIPR down a little bit, not a lot. That thing's tight. Tesla 1.6, which isn't too bad. That will by definition mean a stalling candle. We can take a look at work though. Oh, it did trade yesterday. How come it didn't show up yesterday? Weird. Yeah, trading IPOs, it's always best just to wait for the bases. There may be other people that have some really good strategies that I'm not aware of, but they may be good for some day trading volatility. Um, but if you're trying to swing trade something, then obviously it's going to be more difficult to. There's no chart to go off of. You don't know the price history. You don't know what anyone's interest is. Now, one good thing about work that could potentially give it some buoyancy is the fact that it. Oh, it started trading at noon. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, one thing about work is the fact it didn't go through any major institutional banks for the majority of the IPO, is my understanding. So that could mean there's less trickery to be had. There's still going to be early investors that are going to try to get their, try to cash out on the IPO, but um, without a lot of other institutions involved, there's potentially, like I said, less trickery. I still think you have to treat it like an IPO base. So you're Right now, your top's up there at about 42. Not that that's the top of your IPO base, considering this is just day one. Other than that, looks like it could be a day if you don't have positions to be looking for said positions. That's a lot of stocks are really red for being only down 0.3% on the Nasdaq. Not quite sure if that's good or bad yet. MongoDB's recovered quite a bit so far. 1.2%. They were down as much as almost 3. They were down a bunch. Yeah, 4, down 4%. Almost wanted to pull triggers. Maybe we get that bounce back now if everyone's scared enough. Disney 0.15. Netflix is positive. Well, that's been a breath of fresh air. I will say lately, some of my best gainers have been off of pullback buys. I'm gonna have to try to do more of that, at least on these smaller trades, especially when my major trades aren't available. All right, let's go from the top down on the global watch list. Quad U trying to rebound. Funko going for it again this morning after a great breakout day yesterday, at least on that early pattern of breakout. Actually, that may have even qualified it for a daily breakout. It looks like it did. High is 24.31. Close is 22.24. So almost. You could argue that was a breakout day on Funko yesterday, and a pretty good one too. Hertz trying to go sideways and come back on the weekly. EC looking like it's trying to curl back up. There's AMR, and yesterday with a pretty good start. Really bad afternoon. Look at that. Closed low of the day. Well, almost low range of the day. Our buddy Facebook. Chop it around here towards pretty much towards highs. It's not too far away from highs as Facebook. Cisco Systems, we had this on our radar for a while. Stagnated out. I don't think this is on my actionable list anymore. Still looks pretty good up here. It's like a pocket pivot right there. It's also a stalling candle. Those are not my favorite pocket pivot candles. I'd rather this be a pocket pivot candle just stuck in a range than your topping candle. Yeah, by a long shot. But Cisco not looking bad here. Not looking bad at all, actually. MasterCard sitting at highs. It always does. Buddy, AMD, how are you doing, AMD? Chopping around that buy point. Does not look as bullish now that a couple days have passed and we haven't completely broken through that buy point. Sherwin-Williams with a pretty nice little flag structure here. That's actually pretty positive. I like these. Looks like it's just a flat area. No pocket pivots here. Several pocket pivots here, it looks like. What's up, Eli? Yeah, several pocket pivots right there. There's 4 in a row. That's pretty strong. Next pocket pivot will probably lead us to another uptrend. That's pretty good right there in Sherwin-Williams. That would, let's see if we have a broader base here on the weekly. Chinese tech stocks, I don't know. We can go look at those in a minute. I want to take a look at this. It looks like we're going to end up with a 3 weeks tight here on Sherwin-Williams as well, as long as the week closes around this level. That's an add-on point. So this is definitely a cup and handle. This larger base here in Sherwin-Williams, which is pretty good. Sherwin-Williams, are you talking to me, Justin? Not exactly tech stock. Yeah, doesn't have to be. It's a performing stock, though. That's the difference here. The stock performs. It's been in a huge growth mode for a long time now. $17, and it's at 400. So, regardless if it's a tech stock, it's a performing stock. You could argue this was a handle. You could argue this was your handle. I'm going to add this to the actual list, so this looks pretty good. IIPR down 7%. That's better. Much better. All right, let's take a look at those Chinese stocks. Baba. Yeah, Eli was thinking the same thing. Let the trade war kind of figure itself out before you jump in front of a freight train, which is really what you would be doing at this stage. Although it does look like there's some pretty big volume days down here. That's almost a pocket pivot. This is a pocket pivot. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's been 8-day pocket pivot. This is a normal pocket. So definitely bouts of buying coming in here, which is bullish. That's not bad. Eli's got to like his RSI about getting to break even. It's got to give him a nice warm and fuzzy feeling. A lot of volume popping in there. And then this one broke down. Lots of volume down here in these lows. Oh, also up here at the highs, so never mind. Yeah, I don't see anything really actionable here on Baba. Other than the fact you're kind of in a higher low situation, you could be looking maybe for a bounce back and a fill of a trend line. Should put you up some decent percentages. 14% is good trade. and Tencent, if I think that's what I think it is. Look, yeah, it sure looks a lot like Baba. Why do I feel that you're rooting for me to fail there, Eli? It's no fun. Did you actually short Roku? I'm starting to think you actually shorted it. I will say this morning it did look a little like it was trying to round over instead of consolidate. But it's still within the trend. It's a little channel that we're stuck in. Also, IIPR down almost 10% now. Nice. Let the carnage begin. And MongoDB getting his ass handed to it this morning. That's not so fun. Yeah, they're taking profits on these high flyers based on the Iran war stuff. That's why things are selling off. Netflix. Holding tight. All right, let's see what we have. Only 3 daily movers. SE is one of them. It's one we have, but don't talk a tremendous amount about. Looks like a breakout day for it today. Pretty good volumes. This one likely to continue for a little bit, unless the market just really craps out on us. We're fairly well extended. We could use a little bit of a pause. Yesterday we had a sell-off. Started about late morning. There we go. MongoDB back down. That's not good. That's not it. 150. Oh, yeah. What are you doing there, Mongo? No, I still got it. Get Out, a famous trading movie. There's a funny meme in Slack yesterday about about Calibra and Libra or whatever, and and uh, and a Bitcoin. That's pretty funny. I'm not sure where I saw it at. I'm not sure if it was in general or not. Yeah, it was in general. Disney taking it on the chin this morning. Hmm. All right, let's see what Diabetes got to say. Pretty boring day today. Marijuana stocks dive. Let's go read that one. That's not good. It's not what we want. Oil prices off highs after canceled air raid. Well, they're going to do an air raid? That's dumb. Yeah, Cisco, they're talking about Cisco Systems in IBD. Trying to break out of this base. They're calling this a flat base, which it is. So they're talking about, like I said, Cisco here on the flat base. That could be interesting. As everything else basically falls apart. Carmex set to exit buy range. So Carmex looks like it's broken out. KMX. And it's pulling back from the said buy range. Hmm. Akamai. Let's take a look. Is that the right one? AKA, yeah, AKM. Finding support the rising 50-day line, where he'd be getting in on this name. It's earlier than the flat base pattern that's picked by Marcus Smith pattern recognition. Hmm. Cool. I guess IBD's got a podcast. I was unaware of that. Let's see if I can get you a broad link. These all podcasts? They do daily podcast? No, that's not a podcast. Excuse me. Well, here's the link to the page I found. If you guys want to find an IBD podcast, I think a link's on that page somewhere. Oh, IBD's investing podcast. There you go. Oh yeah, they're in that page down below a little bit. Other ones I haven't seen this podcast before. Should be a good listen. Yeah, I'm not sure, Eli. I've never seen their podcast before, so it's kind of new to me. Netflix 1.21%. Looks like it's trying to go back up for highs. Let's see what the rest. We got Pace, Snap, Roku all up a little bit more. Disney, MongoDB not quite coming back. Rising 50-day line, that was good. What do we have up here today? Netflix, SIVB, INS. Have some old stocks highlighted here. INSG yesterday was doing pretty good. Trying to bounce off that trend line the other day. See, I should have bought that. These well-defined trends, those were pretty good. I got to do more like that. Like I just said a minute ago, I've been doing pretty good off of those. Starbucks would have been a good buy into these lower buy points in these rising channel situations. And I'll keep Tesla highlighted. That's cool. Eli Lilly, these are all old highlights. Atlassian. Look at that chart, man. This thing comes down, just buy it. There's your 50-day moving average. Undercut it. Gap down pretty far actually on earnings. Came right back. Good volume. Had a test here of the 50-day. Yeah, next time it comes down near the 50, that's got to be a buy point or something. And Funko's still behaving really good. Holding pretty tight this morning. Market bouncing back down 0.25%. We've come off of the lows of the day here. You can tell right there. Really nice spot. Just kidding. There we go. Yeah, come back pretty far off the lows. That's not bad. SE really doing good stuff. We're launching there into highs. How's our volume looking? Past couple of days has been pretty. Oh yeah, some pocket pivots in there. I need a pocket pivot screener. I can't figure out how to do it here in the trade here. Let's do that. I'm bored out of my mind today because everything's going flat. Let's go to the scanner. Let's try to build with this weird software a scanner for pocket pivots. So percent change doesn't really matter as long as it's positive. Let's just do minimum 0.5%. And volume, let's do minimum 100,000. And I can't tell because my eyes are old. Okay, so I think that is 100,000. Let's do... Pattern filter's not going to work. There's custom something somewhere. There we go. Okay, here's the fun part. So custom. So we need to say, going back 9 days, so it's going to be the volume. Okay. Volume average, would that be the volume or the actual average? That's a good question. There's quite a bit of volume stuff here. You're killing me. Good week, good strike, good year. No volume there. Price? Volume, there we go. About time. I'm trying to learn from, yeah, my UX isn't much better, but okay, volume offset. Could we do that 9? Parameters, symbols, fine, period. Let's do daily. I don't care about the price type. So volume is greater than, that was price, volume from, we need every day, but it has to be a down day. So volume is greater than the volume from 1 day ago. Can we duplicate that? And then can I have an and statement on this? What the hell? Think script, okay. How about and? Can I do and? It's not JavaScript, Randy. It's not JavaScript. Pay is almost back to even. Okay, so let's just copy this a bunch. Oh, quiet. From 2 bars ago. From 3 bar. Why are you reading me? What am I? What's I have to do and. I have to do and. Does that work? Okay, that works. Do and. Okay, 2 bars ago. 3 bars ago. 4. Fuck. Apparently you hit escape in it. I don't even know why I hit escape. You suck. Well, at least we've already done it, so it won't be that bad. Volume is greater than volume from 0 should be current volume, 1 should be next. Our period is daily. Oh, our period here is daily too. I don't know if I got that one. Within 1 bars? Can I do within 9 bars? Make that easy? Could that be a volume is greater than the volume from 1 bar ago within 9 bars. I don't know what that means. I'm not quite sure what that means. Is greater than 1 bar ago within 9 bars. Those last two seem to contradict themselves. See ya, Eli. Market, 0.14%, coming back pretty strong. Not bad. Mongo, not so much. Arr. Let's see what that gives us. All right, what do we have? AAC. Let's do better market caps. Bank of America. What do you want today? So how is your aggregation period? Day volume is greater than the volume of yesterday and the prior night. This thing sucks. Really bad. Every time I try to do this on Thinkorswim, I end up getting confused like this. Oh, look at that. My breakout point would have worked out pretty well. Would have been way too late, but the price point's almost been reached. Adobe breaking out here the other day. Great volumes continued. That's on earnings, it looks like. Everything's about flat. Market's about flat. We're going to consolidate. We've had a series of really good up days here. Let's go from the bottom and see what's going on. UPLD, ESNT, this guy getting down towards the bottom part of a range. Pretty scary to buy down here, but that's sometimes a good opportunity to buy. It's like a bit of a pattern going on here with ESNT. If it can hold above this trend line, could get a nice little bounce there. It's respected it a number of times. I've got that one, and I've got that one immediately on the top. I could pull that in tighter. Right there. So still has a little bit of room to potentially go lower. But it's just been stuck in this range. Nothing's really changed in terms of temperament, not really volume signatures. A couple more larger red volume candles here, but this one's actually the bottoming candle right there. That one reversed pretty handily off of those lows. What was that, 531? There's 531 right here. So no major volume there, but it just kind of spiked right there. Major market action going on there. Actually, one of the few big red bars we've seen. We saw one cascade lower yesterday in similar fashion, and a little bit today as well on ESNT. MongoDB needs to make a direction change or a decision. It's bounced off the lows of the day. See if it'll get back higher. Trade Desk still chopping around high areas. Good opportunities to pick up some stocks a little bit cheaper here today. Trade Desk could be one of them. Looks like it's putting in a bit of a flag. Could draw a trend line there. 3 weeks tight on the daily chart here on the weekly chart for Trade Desk. If we close here. Yeah, well, this is well within the 3 weeks tight pattern for Trade Desk. So this could be actionable coming up on a cross above the high here of 258. Or if you want to buy it lower here. A little riskier, obviously, but Trade Desk has been, pretty good stock. Look at this thing on the daily. Breakout, pause, breakout, pause. Let's see, the last time we had a 3 weeks tight, it's probably been a while. These don't happen very often. These are institutional accumulation signatures usually. There's a 3 weeks tight there at a low, and then we broke out. Appears to be a 3 weeks tight. Be pretty close. This one's a little wide. 3 weeks tight has to be 3 weekly closes within 1 to about 1.5% of each other. iRobot taking on the chin of that sell-off yesterday. Gapped up pretty good and then sold off the rest of the day, unfortunately. Now it's coming back lower, so not a very good trade there. Oh, Pays has come back down. Of course, it's chopping this range, so not the end of the world. And the pattern itself still looks accumulative. Nice bottoming day the other day, 50-day. Moving average is still rallying, so Pays looking okay. Nasdaq 0.14% was trying to reverse, is doing okay. AMRN, nothing crazy, nothing great. Match.com coming back to the 50-day moving average. Seems like every time we get to the 50-day, we get a good bounce. So again, another potential opportunity here to buy something that's a few percent lower. That's about 11% lower to the highs there. That's a pretty good little move to the downside. I'd say your downside risk is fairly limited. It's made higher lows, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. We're pretty low here. You got about almost 4% to these lows. So that's a fairly low risk potential entry for Match.com. This ain't bad. Etsy Pays. Roku in our little frozen rope pattern here. Great breakout. Volume really thin up here. Not sure if that's good or bad yet. If we bounce out of this trend line, it'll be good. All right, Twilio here also in just a general uptrend, just very general. Disney stalling at the breakout point. Hasn't really failed yet. It's still holding here in what could be considered a handle for a very small cup and handle pattern. And I'm not really mad at this at all. Volume's declining. That's not really the high candle, but that is, I think, the highest close. So yeah, it's right up. I think it is the highest close. So probably would be good for the right side of the cup, and then declining volume into the potential handle here, and hopefully it gets going sometime. Maybe next week. Maybe the next time the market has a bullish something come out. Disney will get going then, or Disney has a bullish something come out. Maybe they announce 40 more Star Wars movies. We're going to beat this franchise to death, just so Justin can make more money building games. INSG, we mentioned bouncing off the lows here of this channel the other day. Nothing's really breaking down, which is good. CMG, Fox, Take-Two Interactive, AMD, chopping around the buy points still. Like to see some momentum there. It just hasn't happened yet. Netflix looks like it's happily above the channel line so far, or the trend line so far. Not sure. Okay, yeah, closed above yesterday. We're above it today. The full body of our candle's above it today. If that stays good and we can break these highs, that's definitely kind of a confirmed trend change for Netflix, so that's pretty good. And Funko holding above this trend line right there. And I'm not sure which one that is. Oh, is that this one? Yeah, these things do weird things on the intraday charts. Yeah, it probably is that trend line. Don't worry about that trend line. That's just kind of a target trend line. And then SE, kind of the leader of the day here, which hasn't been as of late. You can see this. This is a pretty new stock, actually. Looks like it IPO'd in 2017, and it only had one run. Has a base right here. This would be probably considered its second base of all time. Let's take a look at SE and see if it actually is worth a crap. I don't remember much about it. I just remember really liking the chart pattern. C Limited. Oh, this is a tanker one. Never mind, I'm completely wrong. I think I made that mistake before as well. Singapore-based company develops an internet platform consisting of digital entertainment and e-commerce. This is a digital play, 99 relative strength rating, 75 composite rating. So the earnings aren't necessarily that great. EPS is negative 14%. They like something about it, though. Probably it's sales change at 127%. That's very intriguing for growth investors. So this is definitely early stage. Uh, with an 11 billion market cap. Okay, so that's interesting. 79% change in funds owning stock. That is that's what this is right here. 79% change in funds owning stock with 1/4 of fund ownership. So these guys are just getting started. Let's look at Yahoo and see how many institutions are involved. Probably like 12. But with 11 billion market cap, I mean this thing could definitely I go to Yahoo, first thing hits me, Zion is hit with a $100 million lawsuit before NBA draft. What? Okay, so we're going to go to finance. Put SE in here. Going to go to holders, top institutional holders. 117. Okay, 117 is the number of institutions holding shares. Fidelity Blue Chip Growth Fund owns 6.8% of this thing. Fidelity owns another 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fidelity owns like 13% of this company. Oh, they own more. 14, 15, 16. They own like 18% of this company. 19, 20. Wow, Fidelity is heavy into this thing. Super heavy. My goodness. Hey, what's up, Christina? Reported April 29th. So they're already up huge. Wow. So C, a pretty good one. Pretty good one. Okay. What's up with this Zion? Yeah. And SE continuing today. That this one's looking really good. Just starting a breakout right now too. Actually, it looks like not even a really breakout. 1, 2, 3. This isn't even a traditional breakout. This is just a nice pausing area. And it does have some options. Unfortunately, I have no cash. Gold-related stocks. Yeah, we did notice the other day that I'm not sure if it was you or someone else, but yeah, gold did break a pretty big range up there. Um, I'm not really a gold bug to be honest with you. I mean, some KL is a gold-related stock that is kind of a leader right now. Here's a gold. You can trade the miners. Um, not really showing the gold miners here. Nugget, I think, is one. Nugget, I think it's a daily, 3 times gold ETF. That could be one to get involved in. Yeah, you could. I think you could. You just kind of have to pick your spots. Usually, I think an ETF is probably the way to go, unless you're kind of on top of how gold works. Gold's its own little weird thing. Gold is very strange. So I would get a little educated before blindly investing in gold stocks because gold is strange. So at least the gold stocks. All right, guys. So looks like the market is pretty much maintaining weirdness here. Pays looks like it's dropping off. Mongo's still holding okay. Roku, not completely dead. Disney, Snap, some of our, and then Netflix turning in a little bit too. So we'll see how this one goes today. But I do like that SE chart. Looks pretty good. One of the few ones that's actually up today. And so that's always bullish when you see that. But we'll see if the market ends up 0.17%. We'll see if we go green. We'll see how the day ends up. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. And we'll see you Monday because today is a Friday. So maybe I'm not sure if they're trying to scare everyone today or if they're going to dump it on Monday. We'll have to wait and see. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll see you Monday. Have a good day. Bye-bye.